Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/Entitled Parents. In today's episode, entitled parents stole my Switch and held it hostage because I wasn't visiting anymore. My mill locked me out of my own house 3 days in a row. I give away a lot of my child's stuff on FB Marketplace for free when they outgrow it. The amount of parents that expect me to deliver it to them for free is astounding. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Entitled parents stole my Switch and held it hostage because I wasn't visiting anymore. I'm 20 and moved out of my parents' house at 18 because I really can't stand them. And it's for all of the kinds of reasons you can guess. They were jerks, favored my younger siblings, used me as free childcare, told me what's mine is mine, and what's yours is mine, and all that BS. When I left, my dad told me not to let the door hit me on my way out and don't come back. I got the smallest and cheapest apartment I could find and have worked the same full-time job for 2 years. My parents didn't even hold out a month before calling me and begging me to come back home. Because without me, someone else had to watch my siblings. I refused because now I finally had time for myself. My dad eventually called me and actually demanded I move back home and pay them rent instead because family is more important than my personal independence. I said back to him that my life is important too. And for once I'm getting to live for myself. So he basically said, well then see how long you can last without us, and we didn't talk for months. I don't know what he was hoping for. I managed well enough by myself. My family seemed to slowly accept that I wasn't going to come crawling back, and over time we seemed to mend things. I could tell they were having a hard time dealing with the fact things were on my terms and not theirs. They begged me to watch my youngest siblings from time to time, even though the two that are closest to me in age are in their mid-teens now. But my parents don't want to put babysitting on them any more than they have to. Which is hypocritical of them since they tried to put it on me as much as possible. And yes, I have called them out on that. They responded with gaslighting and more months of silence yet again. And again, they were the ones to come crawling back to me for help. Not long ago, I bought myself a used Nintendo Switch. Though could only afford one game for it at the moment. Which is Mario Kart. I got it bundled with the console for a good deal. My mom came by on a Saturday and asked me to watch my 2 youngest siblings for a while. She basically pushed them in the door at me and ran. And I was stuck with these 2 rowdy kids all day in my tiny apartment. My mom didn't come back until after 9 p.m. And that was because I called her and made her come get the kids. And she really didn't like that I cut her fun time short. I said that unless she wanted to pay me, I wasn't going to be watching my siblings all day anymore. And next time I won't even open the door, and I'll call the cops if she just leaves them outside. The next morning I realized I couldn't find my Switch anywhere. So I called my parents. And like I thought, one of my siblings took it. I said I was coming over to get it right away. But my mom said it could wait because my youngest sibling was gaming on it. And she didn't have the heart to take it away. I said it was taken without my permission. And I will be taking it back. I got on my bike and rode there ASAP. And when I arrived, my sibling was crying because the Switch's battery had gone dead and they didn't have the charger. I told them to give it back. But my dad took it and said I can have it back when I agree to start helping out with my siblings more. I told him if that's how he wanted to play this, I'd get police involved. And no, I was not bluffing. He dug his heels in and insisted I wouldn't do it. Until I pulled my phone out and started dialing. My mom yelled wait and hurriedly took my Switch back from my dad. He called her a traitor and demanded she return it to him instead of me. But she said it wasn't worth having police called on them. Before leaving, I told them if this ever happens again, I'd be calling the police first. And if they want a Switch for my siblings so bad, they can get their own. My dad yelled that I can't disrespect him like that. And I countered that even though I'm an adult, he's not bothered to ever show an ounce of respect to me. And I'd had enough. Then I walked out with him yelling at me to come back and face him. Right now it's back to silence from them. My mom texted me once begging me to still watch my siblings. I said that if she wanted me to babysit so bad, she could pay me. And I'd only take the money in advance. Because I'm not doing it for free anymore. Especially after they stole from me and tried to keep from returning my property. They don't own me, I'm an adult with my own place and my own life. And they can either get used to it or get lost. It's been over a week since that text convo, and none of them have as of yet talked to me again. Which is fine. They can deal with their own messes. She basically pushed them in the door at me and ran. Hello, police. Someone left 2 kids alone outside my door. This right here. Child abandonment and endangerment. Call the police and CPS. Honestly, you need to get CPS involved because they abused you and they are abusing your siblings. Good on ya, mate. Your parents. Hell, your whole family are so toxic. Just block them on all your devices. Don't answer the door if they show up. It isn't worth the hassle. And start casually looking for a new apartment if you can. Add to accidentally forget to let them know the new address or that you moved at all. I'm proud of you having the strength to get out and do what you can to make it on your own. You deserve a much better life. Hell yes, enforce those boundaries. Your dad may not respect you, but Reddit does. My mill locked me out of my own house 3 days in a row. My 24M mother-in-law, 60F, was evicted from her house and all of her other children have refused to take her in, refer to my AITA post. My wife, 30F, and I were nice enough to let her stay in our apartment until she got her housing figured out. This process was supposed to take 2 weeks, but it turned into 3 months. She hasn't helped around the house, and started to eat our food that she didn't pay for and turned my living room into her bedroom where she nods out and watches my TV all day and night. Last week my wife and I called her out for milking this entire situation and now she's starting to barricade me from the house every time I come home from work as well as hiding my work shoes and stealing my clothes. We tried to kick her out but she's refusing to leave and calling us assholes even though we took her in. I'm sick of the petty bullshit that this 60-year-old woman is playing when we were nice enough to let her stay while she figures things out. She is a sociopath and now I understand why the other siblings didn't want her in their homes. You probably need to formally evict her. Chances are that she has rights since she has lived with you for more than a month. Would that still count since they had an agreement that she'd only stay for a set period of time? Least if they have evidence of that. Usually the other rights are if no set agreement was made beforehand. Next time you are barricaded out, just twist it. Call 911 saying your MIL barricaded herself inside and you're concerned for her safety. They'll come and forcefully take her for a psychiatric evaluation while you move her stuff out of the apartment. This is the 5D chess solution for this problem. I love it. All of her other children have refused to take her in. We call that a clue. When normally kind, generous people all refuse to help, one should ask why. You may need to formally evict her. Meanwhile, lock all the doors and cupboards. Perhaps lock the living room TV and sofa/chairs away in a storage unit until she leaves. Those aren't the sort of thing you are required to provide to a tenant. Yep, she's been there more than a month, which is usually the minimum amount of time required to establish residency without a contract. She's been with you long enough that I bet legally you have to evict her now. She's a tenant. I'd go talk to a lawyer for one of those free consultations. Eviction time. I believe the process has to take 30 days, so start filing now. I give away a lot of my child's stuff on FB Marketplace for free when they outgrow it. The amount of parents that expect me to deliver it to them for free is astounding. Whenever my child outgrows something, I try to give it to another family that needs it. I usually clean the item up and post it with pickup only in a generalized area of where I live. Usually with everything I post I get at least one person message me a sob story about how they don't have a car and they ask me to deliver it. I don't deliver because I'm already trying to do a nice thing by giving away stuff that I could easily sell. I've given away high chairs, bouncers, ride-on cars, and once an entire kids' outdoor play castle with a slide. I had one woman ask me to deliver it and then get mad at me because I refused to put the castle on hold for her because she was going to ask around to see if someone she knew could come get it. She then demanded to know if I had any other kids' things I could give her for free because I wasted her time. Right now I'm trying to give away overnight pull-up diapers. It's half a pack sealed. It's free, it says what area I'm close to so people can decide if it's too far to drive to get it before they message me. I got one person message me asking where I live. I gave them the general area and they said, "Oh no, it's too far, I don't have a car, but I really want this, can you drop it off? I live in town that is 45 minutes away from me." I told them I wasn't planning on driving to that town anytime soon and asked for gas money, and they replied, "I thought they were free, it would be cheaper for me to just go buy diapers, I don't have a car, so I was hoping you'd bring them to me." It's always with the kids' stuff I give away for free. I'm tired of being treated like I'm an asshole for not wanting to drive all over the place to deliver stuff for free. I'm trying to be nice, but I'm not a charity. You don't have to explain, or even engage. EP, you should bring it to me. You know. If they post back with a whine, just block them. You should see if the area you live in has a Facebook group called Buy Nothing. It's an organization that connects people based on location to give things away to each other instead of buying or selling things. There was a group in my area called Pay It Forward, but I'd also get people asking to deliver, and then I get asked why I was in the group if I wasn't willing to deliver it. The only time I delivered an item to someone, it was my old laptop. The guy asked if I could deliver it to a farm about 20 minutes from me. He was a farm worker coming from another country and didn't have a way to come and get it. He told me him and his co-workers would use my laptop to contact their families. He was really grateful. I can't physically drive, bilateral amputee. I always ask if someone is willing or able to deliver, but I offer gas money up front. If they say no, I apologize for asking. I felt this post with my whole heart. I have been burned so many times trying to give stuff away or sell insanely cheap that I now just donate to a local non-profit thrift store. It's easier than dealing with the headaches. I have had a man with one arm show up to get a couch. I wrote free, but you have to have help moving because we won't be able to the woman who got mad and angrily messaged me later that the baby items I sold her were for girls and her grandson cannot play in a pink and blue walker because he is not a girl, even though I put multiple pics up of every item. To the woman who messaged me about the free maternity items, and when I said they were already gone, asked me if I would go buy her some more because she really needed them. I have so many more a-hole stories. People really are crap. They really and truly are. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.